Picture this, a 14-year-old girl standing on the streets of Nashville, walking into every record label she can find with a demo CD and a dream that seemed impossible. Nobody knew her name. Nobody cared. And yet, that girl refused to give up. Before we unpack the moment that changed everything for Taylor Swift, hit that subscribe button, because her origin story, you are not ready for this. There is something almost cinematic about Taylor Swift's journey to fame. She wasn't born into a musical family. Her father was a stockbroker, her mother a mutual fund executive. But from the age of 12, when she first picked up a guitar and wrote "Lucky You," Taylor knew she was meant for something bigger. At just 11 years old, she sang the Star-Spangled Banner before a Philadelphia 76ers basketball game in front of thousands. And by 13, she was making regular trips to Nashville, dragging her mother along to hand-deliver demos to record labels. Most people said no, but she kept going. And then came the move that changed everything. Her family packed up their life in Pennsylvania and relocated to Hendersonville, Tennessee, so Taylor could chase her dream. But even after moving to Nashville, the doors didn't open easily. She signed a development deal with RCA Records, but they wanted her to wait until she was 18 to release an album. Taylor wasn't willing to wait. She knew what she wanted, and she walked away. That kind of confidence at 14? That's not normal. That's destiny. And then in 2005, everything changed. Taylor performed at the iconic Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, a legendary venue known for spotlighting songwriters. In the audience that night was Scott Borchetta, a music executive who was in the process of starting his own label. He didn't even have a name for it yet, but when he heard Taylor perform, he knew he had found something special. He offered her a deal on the spot. And just like that, Taylor Swift became the very first artist signed to Big Machine Records, a label that didn't exist before she walked into that room. She was just 15 years old. On June 19, 2006, Taylor released her debut single, Tim McGraw. She wrote the song in math class during her freshman year of high school about a senior boyfriend who was leaving for college. She named it after her favorite country singer. The song reached number 6 on the country charts and number 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was a modest hit, but it put her on the map. And then came the album. On October 24, 2006, Taylor released her self-titled debut album. She was just 16 years old, and she had written every single song herself. The album became the longest-charting debut album of the 21st century. It was certified 5 times platinum, and it earned Taylor her first Grammy nomination for Best New Artist. But here's the part that gets me. She didn't just sit back and wait for success to come to her. She did something called a radio tour, driving across the country with her mother, personally delivering CDs to radio stations, begging them to play her music. That's not just talent, that's relentless determination. You know what I think? I think Taylor Swift's first big break wasn't luck, it was preparation meeting opportunity. She had been writing songs since she was 12. She had been rejected, told she was too young, too different, too inexperienced, and she kept going anyway. When Scott Borchetta saw her at the Bluebird Cafe, he didn't just see a talented singer, he saw someone who had already put in the work, someone who was ready. At the end of the day, Taylor Swift's journey from a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania to the biggest stages in the world is proof that talent matters, but persistence matters more. She didn't become a superstar overnight. She became one by refusing to take no as an answer, by moving across the country, by riding through rejection, by walking into a room and believing she belonged there before anyone else did. But now I need to hear from you. What part of Taylor's origin story surprised you the most? That she wrote Tim McGraw in math class? That she walked away from RCA? Or that her family moved their entire lives for her dream? And do you think she would have made it without that Bluebird Cafe performance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're there, smash that like button and subscribe so we can keep telling these incredible stories together. I'll see you in the next one.